what it is. It's 139 of the Who Fanatic podcast. I am your host, Ty J, with my guy, Juan.
I'm on the left side. Lefty Odom.
What a start. What a start. That couldn't have went any better. Wow.
Lefty Cali, cousin. What's up?
Wow. Champagne Stoppy, man. I'm on the right side, so call me Ray.
Okay.
Shuttlesworth.
Wow.
If you're nasty.
So
Shuttlesworth.
we got Lefty Odom and we got Ray Shuttles.
Shuttlesworth if you're nasty.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Man, huge shout out, Heart of the City. Huge shout out, my boy Angelo behind the camera. You dig?
Prime.
By the way, he said Raptors in 6. We're going to get into that.
Early.
We're going to talk about that. So, I mean, honestly, we only got one topic, and that is just all finals talk. It's all finals talk today. So, I mean,
Until the outcome. What
is there anything else we got to say before we get into this?
Well, we can. I think we can. think we can all agree that we're all intrigued at this point.
Well, of course, when the Warriors are down 0-1 in the finals for the first time since
What they've won
the first
12
time
straight, 12 straight
since-
game ones, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I was about to say it's the first time since Vietnam, pretty much.
Well, has anyone's picks changed? We've discussed.
Well,
Nah.
they don't know our picks.
Oh, we haven't. Okay.
You should have tuned in to Twitter. You would have
Yeah.
knew my pick.
Well, definitely, yeah. Should tune into Twitter. Should tuned into
You
our
guys probably
private
don't
group
know
chat.
who I am, dude. Sorry.
Because
No,
you're on the left side now.
So I had the Warriors in 6, and find it in yourself. Don't say nothing stupid here. Yeah, I mean, man, this is tough.
You sound like you want to switch your answer.
I'm sweating.
Like you want to switch your take up. a little bit.
So I have the Warriors in 6 because I'm always under the assumption that Kevin Durant's coming back, and I said that before. Now it's quoted midway point, and I hear people saying it's game 3 or 4. You don't pick which game it is because midway point out of odd numbers means one thing.
I'm picking 3.
No, but I'm just saying you can't.
Raptors in 3.
Like with that being said, the Warrior. Well, who announced it? Warriors, obviously. They did a great job in saying midway point.
Right.
Because they didn't announce a game, they didn't announce a timetable for it, so it's either going to be game 3 or 4. I don't see, if the possibility is they go down 3-0, if that can happen, early, I don't know.
It's wraps for the city.
I would love to watch. This is the only way that I can enjoy the Warriors winning this series is that if they go up 3-0 and the Warriors come back, then I would enjoy the series.
Okay, so the only way you would enjoy it is if it what?
No,
so
no, like,
it
if the
has to
Raptors
go
win, I
that
enjoy it.
specific way though. Does it have to go that specific way, or does it just have to go into 7?
Well, I mean,
Because honestly,
No,
in my opinion, it doesn't really. It's not intriguing to see a team go up 3-0. I mean, it's intriguing come game 7 or game 6.
well, I'm under the
you know
assumption
what I mean?
that Kevin Durant's coming back in, like, let's just say he comes back game 4, and the only way they're losing 3 in a row is if
Right.
Kevin Durant is not back.
Right. No, I'm just saying, I'm just making a point from the Raptors winning 3 straight, and then the Warriors.
You're talking
coming
about like
winning
back and
4
forth,
straight.
back and forth.
That's that's more
for
intriguing.
For me, it's no, because this would be the first time in history that's ever done.
So, in your opinion, okay, so when the Warriors, so I'm gonna bring it back a couple years. When the Warriors were up 3-1 on the Cavs, were you intrigued then, or you were just like, all right, let's go ahead, wrap it up, and move on to the next season?
That was amazing.
When the Warriors were up 3-1,
And they
it was
blew the lead.
As soon as as soon as game 4 was over, Warriors are up 3-1 in the series. How are you feeling then? You know what
I have
mean?
receipts of this. Actually, I have receipts of this. I said, and I can't wait to pull these bad boys because these are from a couple years ago. I said that Kyrie and I took it one game at a time. But shout out, let the ball bounce. It was on there.
Yeah.
I took it one game at a time. I said Kyrie and LeBron are gonna come out and have big games. What was it, like 44 and 55 or something like that? They did, and then I said it's serious. Like they can really come back and be the first team. So. What I get what you're getting at, right? But that's a flip-flop situation. The reason why I'm gonna say that is because This time the Juggernaut's not up. So the Juggernaut, that was not interesting, and I understand what you mean because the Juggernaut was up.
Yeah, that and just history in itself, just you know, knowing that no one's ever come back from that in the finals.
Right. So I think with this one, I don't think nobody really truly believes in the bottom of their hearts that it's over until it's over with the Warriors. You know what I mean? Just because they're proven. So
of course.
Would I be intrigued? Hell yeah. I mean, Kevin Durant's gonna have to come back and keep Kawhi Leonard occupied though.
Yeah.
And
he ain't playing bad net.
Yeah.
Every game like that.
Exactly. And so that can kind of scare you initially. When I look at game one, I seen everything that I thought the Raptors have to do consistently, though. But
very consistently.
Siakam's not going to do that again, and I think that's what the world's saying. But I'm kind of intrigued to say, what if he does do it again?
Maybe not that, but
I think he'll put in enough to, push
if he
the
plays
record.
like first round Siakam, that'll be big for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that what was it? 11 or 14?
14 to 17.
14
He
17.
made
Yeah,
the most
32
field
points.
goals ever consecutively.
And
11 straight.
And
From
he did it
a
on
certain
Draymond.
period, because how many field goals did he hit in a row?
He had 11 straight.
11.
Straight, and Mike did 12, and I think they did NBA TV did a merger, and they did not let it get up to Mike
Yeah.
because he hit more than him. But interestingly enough, for a guy like Pascal, out of all the guys that he was in that company with, you had Kobe, Shaq, and that's like the most elite company you can be in basketball.
Well, he also he was like one of 3 players that have 35-5 in his first finals game. One was Jordan. I forgot who the other one was.
It's a hell of a come out game. I think a lot of that comes from the mismatch he presents with Draymond Green, because it's not that Draymond Green doesn't hustle. He's I don't think he's physically fast in the height.
His height's always going to be.
And he runs harder than a lot of people I've ever watched play. Like I think Giannis does some of the same things as a superstar, but Pascal, he reminds me of that.
Right.
He reminds me of that a lot.
It's obvious that Pascal feels like he has a lot to prove. I mean, especially after, like you said, first round Siakam, second round, third round, he didn't really show up too much. So for him, it's kind of like he has to bounce back and prove that, it was just a slump. It wasn't just him being afraid of the moment or whatever people want to say about him, playing badly in the second and third round. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for him to show up in game one like that, huge.
And two things I do want to say is, like, every shot that I watched him take was good shots. It's not like he was chucking up bad shots.
Well, it got to a point where it's kind of like, when you're really feeling it, you can just throw whatever up and it's going to go in. Because he threw up this hook shot.
I'm talking about like the 15-footers.
But I know, but it was also just him running harder than anybody down the floor.
Right.
A lot of the layups.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the 15-footer. Like, are we just acting like he can't shoot it?
No.
Because no, I'm talking about like the defense.
That's how much he developed.
Yeah, they were for sure.
Like, dude, they weren't even respecting him from 15. No. And I'm thinking, like, the guy shoots threes from time to time. Like, you're gonna have to at some point step out. But I mean, Draymond's already went on record, and his stamp's there to say it ain't gonna happen again. So now I'm more intrigued by that.
Now we really got to see. Yeah. Is he a man of his word?
Yeah.
But no, I saw Pascal throw up a hook shot behind him. Like, he was going one way. He threw the ball the other way.
I know what you're talking about.
That's when I was like, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It went off the glass and it went in like pretty much perfectly. And that's when I knew he's just feeling it at this point. You know what I'm saying? But at the beginning I'm not gonna discredit him.
It was his passing too. Remember that one pass he ran in front of everybody and just dropped it off to Kawhi?
Yeah.
Dude, you could see when Fred VanVleet hit the backboard shot at the end of the game. It was close.
He's also
that game was over.
Credit to the whole team, because Larry sucked, but VanVleet picked him up. Gasol was great.
And what I'm more impressed,
Danny Green finally did something.
I think. Oh my God,
he showed up. We were waiting for him.
But I mean, like so for all that, like to try to capture ourselves right now. For all that to be said, they played the perfect game aside from Kawhi Leonard had 23, 10 from the field, 10 from the free throw.
Yeah, and
10 from the free throw.
For him, it was a bad game.
It was
for him,
but they did what they had to, right?
But he still made the right play, so he was.
Now, yeah,
of course.
And he didn't play like. Let's not say he played abysmal. It wasn't him. It just wasn't his game, and he deserves to take certain games off. And
dude, he was gonna have one bad night soon,
right?
So it was.
But I mean, if the team's gonna be there, right? If the team's gonna be there, perfect. So all that being said, in a perfect game, every single moment that I feel that Steph Curry came down, it was just really like gut wrenching type of moment to see, because the Warriors can fill up three threes in a row real quick. So it was a perfect game. Aside from, Pascal cannot get where he got without Kawhi where he got in that game,
Right.
you know? So either one was going to do it. I can tell you the most interesting part to me personally when I was watching the game was the defense on Stephen Curry between Gasol to Fred VanVleet. Yeah.
On
but
the
I'm
traps?
talking about on the screen up top, the high screen.
Yeah.
And this is where
They trap very well every time.
I know people are gonna see that he had 34, 5 and 5 and be like, what, he still did good. But defense is more than just what they finished with.
What he's doing right now is keeping himself within the Finals
Right.
MVP race.
Now,
That's
with
what
that
he's doing.
point one, let me just say that goes right there to show it's more so about the eye test than it is looking at a stat sheet. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? You have to
Facts.
actually watch
James
the
Harden
game and
kept
see what's
getting
going
40 and all
on.
this, but it's like you
It-
watch it.
It's hard for me to
different.
talk to people that just do not watch it or
Right.
cannot, get through that eye test. But what I wanted to say is, like, on the high screen, a lot of what I see is Steph Curry has been like, there's been a lot of times where he's turnover prone. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times where he turns the ball over.
Because he gets
Takes a
loose
risky
with
play. Takes a risky play a lot.
That's his confidence in himself.
But when he opens up and you see Gasol and you see VanVleet on the side of you, and VanVleet's not been a fluke at all. Like, it's blowing my mind right now how good he's playing defensively. Like I said, I think he literally studied Steph Curry's entire life. But Steph opens up for the dime or to see where he can pass it off the screen because he sees two. Now, off that screen, I don't see anybody that can shoot the ball or stretch it. I was always seeing like Kevin Looney or something like that. Kevon Looney. I think if they just tone it back and they get a guy who could pick pop back out like Jerebko or something like that, it's all that's gonna happen.
And one thing about VanVleet is he's playing so good that Lowry's not forced to have a good game.
Right.
Everything about Lowry when he has bad is his offense, like his scoring.
Do you think Lowry can become expendable at a certain point? Like, do you think as a starting point guard for VanVleet?
Yeah, but he plays good, and in this playoffs he's proved that he kind of got off that curse kind of off his back because he was even though he wasn't having too many good stat games, he was still having a lot of good games.
Absolutely.
And with VanVleet now doing good, it kind of helps him pick up his stats, and where everything else he's doing good, it's a positive.
Right.
His scoring's not hurting as much.
But
VanVleet's helping him out there.
For me, I wouldn't say he's expendable just because, I mean, if he's not scoring, he's still making the right passes. Mm-hmm. He's taking the most charges out of anybody in this playoffs.
He's taking a lot of crucial charges.
Very
he's the one dude. He does not care who's coming at him either.
Joel Embiid,
bro,
he said Embiid's the hardest one he ever had. He
but the one with Draymond was huge because you know how Draymond goes in. Draymond ain't even looking to dunk on you. He's just looking for the foul. So
he's going.
He took that knee
as
to
hard
the
as
chest.
he can. Yeah.
He took that knee to the chest on that play.
Plays like that make a player irreplaceable in ways. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Just because he doesn't score, they can get the scoring elsewhere, and obviously it showed.
And this is why we're gonna get Chris Paul jokes off because this is what Chris Paul should be doing if he's not playing good. He needs to be doing the
other things,
Kyle Lowry,
the things that I just never. Chris Paul's been so offensive.
And would you say Kyle Lowry's top 5 point guard?
No.
Like in the,
No.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, name him. I was trying to see because people have said he's top 5 because
of the other things.
The other thing, and he's double sided, and he's played better, but I know he's still not like.
It's easy. It's really easy for me to name 5 better than him.
Go ahead. You might have the same 5 as me.
Yeah, Russ, Steph, Kyrie, Dame.
I'd put a healthy John Wall over Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, I would.
That's not that you're going too far. Definitely.
I put a healthy.
Way too far.
He said a healthy John Wall.
And he's still liability.
Liability. Wait, how's he liability?
Because he's not efficient.
He's not a jump shooter.
And then
He's not a jump shooter.
I know that.
He's a less efficient Russell Westbrook.
He's a very good point guard.
Who has a bad attitude, who doesn't try all the time. That's why he gets cooked on defense way more than he should.
So back. He just goes back. It goes back.
I would
and forth.
say this for like the situational aspect of it. I think if you just switched them, even if John Wall's healthy, I can see where the issue. I kind of see what you're saying because there's going to be issues because Kyle Lowry can knock down a 3 as to where you can't count John Wall too. But if I'm just talking about a player, if health is on his side, I would have to think that I would have the coaching staff.
Because they always have the flashier look. You don't look at Kyle Lowry.
No, that's not it. No, we're not going there.
Yeah,
we're definitely not going there. With
I don't think it's that at all.
We're not going there. No. What I'm trying to say here is that what John Wall can bring to the table, and I know you're talking about attitude, but I'm putting in the back of my head that I would hope that I have the coaching staff in the front office that Washington does not have
at all.
They don't have enough. I feel like to.
I'm sorry, but there's a reason we're talking about he's one of the worst contracts in the league, and that was before he tore his Achilles. there's a reason he was in that conversation.
I think you would still have more hope that if he didn't tear his Achilles, though, we wouldn't be talking about it more. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we'd probably still be talking about it.
But you would think so. You think if John Wall is healthy, we'd be talking about it more than that? Like, because I think that Achilles kind of
not more because Achilles
hypes it.
Hypes it. But still, he's gonna be making way too much.
But for the same reasons why we not Chris Paul is like things that because John Wall does everything besides shoot. Like if we're about to have this conversation and say like he doesn't do everything besides shoot, then that's kind of wild to me. I think I can agree with the Russell Westbrook statement, but I've never.
And you can say that he takes plays off. Also,
and
how many? There's so many players that do that.
Feel worse. They just don't fit too.
I agree.
So there's also that.
I agree. And I don't think he's the best teammate, but I'm trying to say within the right position in the right light. Right?
It's honestly a poor the Wizards as a whole is just a poor team. You know what I mean?
And I think it's hard for that. Let me say this though. I think it's hard because we've seen a situation where he has to be the leader, and obviously it's harder for him to be that guy, right? Because he was supposed to be out of high school or in college, but Kyle Lowry has never had to be a guy. He's never had to. He's always been able to work on other things. He's never had the expectations that John Wall's ever had. He's never came into a terrible team like John Wall has. So those things I have to take into account for that. I understand where you're coming from though when you say I still would take a healthy John Wall for sure.
My list is so big that I'm taking over John Wall.
Because if I think about it,
is Kyle Lowry in your top 5?
No, he didn't say that. Okay. But the list over John Wall. This is a crazy topic, though. This kind of.
No, I'm telling you. I know by age.
I understand your reasons, though, and I mean, if we're talking present day,
he's easily a better player right now, so I'm taking him better. And there's
Kyle Lowry is better?
Because right now he's a better player.
Well, yeah, we can say right now because John Wall.
I would blame that to injury, though, and that's what his statement was. His statement was healthy. And it's only because he's injured he's the better player to me.
Dude, do you guys not see how bad he was this year before he got injured?
I've seen what he can do compared to what Kyle Lowry.
I've seen how bad the Wizards were as a whole.
He has also Kyle Lowry doesn't have the athletic. That's the one thing he has.
The one thing I think you're failing to realize right here in this situation though is the cream of the crop situation that Kyle Lowry's been put in, down from coaching the organization down to players. Literally. He's been surrounded and he has not have to been the guy ever. So we're talking about two guys, right? We're talking about one that's had to been the cornerstone of a franchise. And we're talking about one guy who's always been at the tail end of things, from Villanova to Houston to etc. Like, it's just different story. Like, if we're talking about talent, I don't know what we're talking about right now. If we're talking about talent, John Wall has been more talented than him forever, bro.
I literally never said that. But okay.
So you're talking about the workhorse to the stat.
I'm talking about being a good player. It's not just your talent.
And I think that's that's to positional because of the team he plays for. That's what I think personally. I can never, no way. Because if John Wall's healthy in this series, and let's say that Kawhi Leonard being the leader that he is can kind of negate some of those things, because John Wall don't have that big brother right now. Kyle Lowry's always been the little brother.
He also can't shoot, so he actually hurt them.
Yeah, but I mean, you got Van Fleet. You'd have to obviously bolster a little bit. I don't know how much you can bolster with that contract, but I think before the injury, we're talking about John Wall before an injury. I could never buy that one, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
No. No, and I understand why you're saying it, because you do have very valid points with it. I'm gonna be honest.
That's fine.
And,
we can leave today, and I don't care. I am happily would take Kyle Lowry over John Wall.
Well, you're gonna maybe see a championship point guard in the midst of that. So,
So I'll gladly take him every day over John Wall.
All right, and I understand why you do.
Now let's go ahead and just bring it back. Let's bring it back.
I love that.
That was a cool little detour, and now we're back onto the right path of the finals talk. So.
Damn, just saying John Wall set that whole thing up, huh?
I know, yeah.
Woo!
It's crazy how that works.
Well, we can name, what? Do you think he's out of it? I know we're going. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for this.
So now Trey wants to park to the side.
I'm so sorry. Do you think he's out of the top 10? Yeah, Lowry? Yeah, right? Or no?
No, I wouldn't put him out the top 10. I mean,
where do you place him?
He's a starting point guard out of 30 teams, so.
Okay.
I'd put him in the top 10.
Okay. I like that.
Behind John Wall, but I'd put him in the top 10. So back to the actual topic at hand. So I know earlier you said that you don't really expect Pascal to continue that type of play that he was on.
Wait, I want to say I think that's like what type of the vibe.
That's okay. I get what you're saying. Like he did so much that it's kind of hard to kind of come back.
You shot what? It was 11 for 14.
Right 14 for 17.
14 for 17. Keep saying 11 for 14. I don't know why.
Because he made 11 straight shots.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's what throws me off is more the percentage than, if he had to take more shots. But then he's taking shots away from someone else. So.
Yeah, and he still took 17 shots, which, that's pretty good amount.
Efficient,
you know what I mean? So, what are your expectations for him then moving forward in the series?
For me personally is... obviously, I don't believe he can finish out like averaging something like 30. If he does, I think we're looking at a new star maybe. But
he's getting $100 million after this year.
Oh yeah, but I think the 20 points per game and up needs to continue. That's something that has to continue. But I think it's the little things with Draymond Green. Like, I'm not saying I don't. It's kind of close. Like, I think Draymond gets real frustrated when he's got a lengthy guy like this, and he cannot run the break with him, and he goes right over him. I think it kind of takes him out of the game a little bit. So if he continues to apply pressure and he's not and let me say this about this whole entire series. I think that the most amazing thing to me is when I watch these guys, there's a mutual respect. Why? Because Toronto doesn't talk like a Cleveland would, where it gets chippy. You know how it gets chippy in a Cleveland series?
Yeah, the only person talking in Toronto is Drake.
But so there's just all mutual respect flying around. So like, I don't know if the Warriors have the same like fire to beat this team because you know what I mean?
I do.
The real quiet, bro. Kawhi is walking right past him after a hard foul. Good foul because he knows it's playoff ball. There's no bad blood, so I don't know what fuels Golden State.
They asked him in an interview like, "What do you do when people talk smack to you?" He's like, "I don't know. It doesn't ever happen."
Was it the one where he mentioned Shaq, Kobe, and Mike? Or no, that's when he gets hot. There was an interview. I think we're talking about the same one.
Talking about like when people talk smack to you, like how do you kind of respond? He's like, I don't know, it doesn't really happen to me. People don't even bother to talk shit to him because
I think I was watching the same presser where he mentioned after you guys win, why do you show no emotion? May have been the same presser, may have been. Yeah. But he just stated that he name dropped. He gave Kobe, Shaq, and Mike. They were really like emotional.
I told you he's a Kobe stan. Yeah. From there, you got
so he knew, but then he said, this is still kind of along the lines of Kobe though, because it's only game one, and Kobe has been quoted in saying some of the same exact things.
And Kobe trained them over the summer,
so he all he said was they won and they still got a win. So
right.
Some of the same things.
Well, remember his game two? Where he pretty much got it from Kobe's game 2 after the Magic when they asked him, and he's like,
"That was one of the greatest." Still gives me chills to this day.
Yeah,
still gives me chills to this day.
That's pretty much that. That's where he got his mindset from. Was like that. Like
I like it too.
I'm not done.
So and that's great and all, but what are your expectations for Pascal?
No, that's what
did you not
I answered it. No, I said that I feel like he's got to completely take Draymond out of the game, and it doesn't need to just be scoring and applying pressure. Keep him off the glass, make him work so he's tired. Yeah. Because the thing is, when Draymond can get to switching, he can hold just about anybody. Now, if he's running wild, that's the problem with missing Kevin Durant too. If he's running wild, first of all, Boogie, that's a scratch in. Like there's I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know if there's a reason for you to play anymore. I'm just gonna be real. Like I think maybe to stretch the floor and knock out shots possibly.
Well, I was telling everyone if Boogie plays, it's gonna be a real issue for. Hold on, excuse me. He actually doesn't even like to be called Boogie no more. So DeMarcus Cousins.
Really? He doesn't.
He doesn't like that nickname.
He
does not like that nickname.
His Twitter name's still Boogie Cousins. Sorry.
Yeah, he needs to change it.
Change his
Twitter
like name is when I changed when I call.
But nonetheless, I'm gonna respect it. So DeMarcus, I was telling everyone, if he plays, it's only gonna make it better for the Raptors, simply because it makes it an easier matchup for the Raptors because of Marc Gasol. Obviously, if the Warriors are playing small ball and whatnot, that kind of, it can lead to an advantage against Marc Gasol. But obviously in game 1, Marc Gasol was showing that, he was going to use his grit and everything that he did in Memphis. He was going to bring it over and, implement that against his Warriors team, because he knows that when you punch first, you set the tone right there, and that's exactly how that's my expectations.
But when you're looking at it like pre-series, and Gasol can't get up and down the court, you know what I mean? Like a solidly healthy
can't
Boogie
do it all the time.
Can get up and down with the Gasol. We all know that,
right?
So because my mindset was that a 70% Boogie, I didn't know I feel like he looks not conditioned at all.
What?
He definitely wasn't. He just got done rehabbing.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to.
I mean, if the case is we understand and all know that the guy can't pass a fitness test up to their standard and par, then I would know to not run this course. Yeah. But I'm as a person from the outside looking in that doesn't have that information, I'm simply thinking Marc Gasol doesn't run too fast,
but that boy bangs.
Yeah, I know so that, but I mean Boogie. I feel Boogie's gonna bang regardless of injury or not. I don't know how much of the blow. You see what I'm saying? Like I just thought it was more about getting up and down the court. When he starts to stretch him out, is where there's a real problem.
But that's what I'm saying when it comes to banging. No matter what, that's still gonna knock you out of you, and you're still gonna get tired after taking. Like after a while, you're like, all right, dog. Like, leave me alone.
Okay, so what did the Warriors need to do to adjust from game 1 in order to, win game 2 and furthermore from there?
Man,
Clay and Draymond just need to step up. They can't just be off.
Turnovers. Let the shooters come up high, man. Please, because if I have to see Looney roll off one of these screens and just be counterproductive to where the defender comes on the back end again, I'm gonna lose it. Because I'm enjoying watching them lose, but it's simple things. I really do think it's simple. It's more simple than people think because they're so hyped at.
I agree. No,
what's going on?
Agree.
Like they're really hyped at what's going on right now, but it is nothing major, dude. It's nothing major.
After doubting the Raptors, like pretty much all playoffs, thinking like the old Raptors are gonna pop out, they're showing that they're that deep team that we always thought they had is actually there now.
Right.
That they're all performing. This is why I always said having a deep team can always battle a super team because no matter what, your super team players cannot carry you.
And I hope it changes. I hope it changes that stigma, but I'm still nervous.
Yeah, because at some point, players are gonna get tired.
Some point, just star power just wins. That's all it is. So if you have double the amount, eventually.
But do you think that's with KD or without? You know what I mean? Like,
no,
do you
they
think
need
that
KD.
This star power can do it?
Let's end that right now.
Okay,
they need KD.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
You a clown forever believing they didn't need KD. Period.
I told so many of y'all on Instagram.
I laughed at all of you, knowing this is gonna happen.
Y'all,
I wanted the conversation, but I knew if it
so
came
many
to
arguments on Instagram.
No. I opened up the conversation for sure, but I wanted to know what came upon this was like to put the nail in the coffin. You need Kevin Durant. They can consistently make it to the finals every single year if they wanted to. Obviously, that's not the ultimate prize.
We're going to find out next year, but it ain't going to be easy.
It won't. It won't. But what I'm saying is, though, without KD, they can run through the West, but it won't be a 1 seed easy. They might be 2-3, especially after next year, what we see happens. But I think it's the nail in the coffin. And I think it's the perfect positional because Kawhi Leonard plays the same exact position, dude.
Yeah.
And a guy like Kevin Durant lines up against Pascal pretty good. You know what I mean? We start talking about these things.
Lengthwise,
pretty good.
Absolutely.
He's a good defender too. So it's like
we gotta start respecting Kawhi as a top 5 scorer. He's literally playing like Jordan or Kobe. So he's gonna now he can legit max the offense, which is scary. Now
I feel like he's maxed out everything.
Now you got match KD. So really now just hone in Steph and just hope.
But see, that's then that's where it's too much to me.
But I know, but they still have enough players. Like they still have Siakam for him, and they still got another rotation for.
Well, which is very true. You're right.
This is why Draymond. Hopefully, his shot comes this series. I need it.
Yeah, but I mean, when I look at it, it's like Kawhi is just doing his thing, just having fun. Because when you guard Klay Thompson, it ain't. I'm not gonna say Klay cannot put the ball in the butt, but you're not exerting that much energy.
Right.
Besides running off the screens, you're not exerting that much energy.
That's why you can save Kawhi because you don't have to have Kawhi run around. Just have Danny Green or
right. I agree.
All Klay Thompson's gonna do is run around.
But then when Kevin Durant comes back, and I don't care if it's at 70, and I'm like we were talking about earlier, he's just shooting in place if I'm not mistaken, right? He's just shooting in place at practice, Kevin Durant.
He's not even running yet.
So if he comes back, it'll be like Boogie. He won't have Well, I mean, he will have more than Boogie, of course, because he played further through the playoffs. But nonetheless, he's gonna be a little gassed.
He'll be more than 75%.
Yeah,
he's just gonna come out.
I agree.
He's pretty much gonna just give it a go.
I think that's number maybe high. Thinking about it, right?
It's serious. Like, it's serious.
70, 65.
Like if he's still not running yet. Yeah. Like that mean, and this calf muscle, like
it's real.
It's a muscle. Like you can't really.
I mean, all that being said, they can relieve and they can stop the pressure by winning tomorrow. And I think, this is and I think every game is huge, right? But this is the biggest game because now you're gonna show we're serious.
100%. Because it's the must win on both sides.
Yeah.
Toronto needs to take that 2-0 advantage, and
Warriors
don't need to let it because you don't know if KD's coming.
Most important game.
Absolutely. So with Kawhi, not Kawhi. Sorry about that. With the Warriors, sorry, I don't know why I was constantly thinking about Kawhi. Yeah, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Surprised he ain't got a jersey.
SDSU alumni too. You know what I'm saying? San Diego to town. But
Glass house.
no, with the where we at right now. So with the Warriors,
I remind myself first of all.
With what the Warriors have to do to adjust and bounce back from that game one loss is just to simply, in my opinion, up the physicality, because that's where the Raptors trumped them. In game one, because I mean, in the first half you can tell they were battling very physically all throughout. And Sean Livingston was getting out there,
and refs weren't calling anything.
Livingston had a block on
he had a block on Kawhi. Yeah,
caught him.
They were real physical the entire first half, but at the same time though, I feel like that's gonna be very difficult for the Warriors to do, because they haven't really had to deal with this type of physicality.
Yeah,
you know, and the reason why there is so much physicality on the other side is because they have a defensive player of the year in Kawhi, a defensive player in the year in Marc Gasol. They got Kyle Lowry,
hungry as hell,
and he's also. I mean, he likes to take charges. That means he's also on defense.
Danny Green just playing for the Spurs.
I think that is very important, because that unit's good. But then then you want to talk about what's happening on the Warriors end. Your two light skinned guys are not. Hold up. Oh, sheesh. Klay Thompson's a great defender. Wow. Hold on. But what I'm trying to get into is KD has tremendously took leaps and bounds defensively.
Right.
Iggy's hurt. He's still hurt. Even if he was cleared, he got hurt, and it looked big. And this is my biggest one, and that's the one I go back to when you asked about Pascal, is that if he keeps Draymond running, how much energy do you really think your best defender, or whatever the case may be? I don't even think he's the best defender on the team. I'm gonna say that first of all. I think it's Klay Thompson.
Okay.
But I think he's a great help defender. I think Draymond Green's a great help defender. I guess it's
understandable.
I think he's a great help defender. There's a lot of players that get stats, right? Allen Iverson, steals per game. There's a lot of players who get stats that show up on the stat sheet, bro. And I think I'm not going to say he's like the full-fledged one of them, and that goes into his statement. The reason why I'm saying this is because he said he's the best defender ever, and then he elaborated as to why. But realistically, no.
Continue.
There's a lot of guys I can name over him.
But yeah, the physicality is definitely where the Raptors are getting the Warriors.
Hold on, this is burning. Run it.
Absolutely.
What is it? What is it? Because I got enough juice for this take for sure. So when you think
so you say Klay Thompson's the better defender?
Yeah. So when you watch basketball,
that's the one I'm harping on, because that's not, to me.
It is true, because when you watch basketball as a defender, what are you looking at? Are you looking at a help defender, or are you looking at a man-to-man defender?
In today's NBA, where you're constantly switching, you can guard 1 through 5, and Draymond's the king of that. That matters more than.
I'm looking at him as a help defender. He's not locking anyone down like that. To me personally, no, not like Klay has, man.
Well, okay, they give me the list of players that Klay locks down like that.
I mean, he's got to play the harder position. He's got to play the harder position. I think Dre's getting stuck holding 4s and 5s, which is a lot less.
He'll pick
a lot less
threes.
Popular than a point guard, right? The guards are way better.
But when he switches, he guards because he has to switch so much.
But he's guarding them 48 minutes. Klay is like he's not. There's no switching to the 4 for him.
They all switch. That's their whole team defense. They all literally switch.
Majority of the time, he's holding the guard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Klay.
Yes, because of guard. Yes, he starts off, and usually they always end up.
So I'm looking at this in a man-to-man, and I've thought about this like a little bit over time. I look at this as a man-to-man position. There's a lot of statistics that take place. So if I put Draymond by himself in Utah, how great of a defender would he still be? By himself. Take out Rudy, obviously. Let's take out Rudy.
You picked
right.
It's a good job.
But
keep them on the one team that fits.
Put him on the Knicks. Put him on the Knicks.
It's more in my head to say that if I was to put Klay on an island, the Bulls. There we go.
It's the thing. I don't think you understand how much ground he literally covers. Like if you pay attention,
I think that it's because of help deep. Everybody
I understand, but he's literally running cross court at all 24 seconds. He can go from here. That matters because he can literally switch off.
But I think a lot of those things come from deflections, etc., from everyone else.
It's just people don't understand how much ground he really covers. Like if you just focus how much he's right here, he's back here, he's contesting, he's defensive rebound. He's literally constantly in motion.
When I look at a lockdown defender, I'm just gonna
say also Klay Thompson's defense is not as good as what people tell me. If I saw Wash Kobe drop 40 on him.
Okay, first of all, you're not gonna bring
also,
up a walking goat.
Okay, what did CJ McCollum do to him so far?
Bro, I think
James Harden still got his stats, but
we're running the whole conversation, but we're not realizing that backcourts are tremendously better than front courts in the NBA.
I know, but Draymond
He'll literally
guard if he has to. He's not scared.
If he has to, but it's not common and it's not often.
In the Warriors' defensive scheme, it is because they switch constantly. It's a consistent.
But we're gonna watch this next game, and I want to see how many times Draymond Green comes up on a point guard.
Absolutely. So until then, we're gonna
because I can guarantee he's gonna have a defensive assignment that says sit your down on Pascal.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna revisit this next week. All right. And then I just want to ask these questions, man. Keep that fire. Keep that fire.
This is a good conversation to me.
Yeah, the way y'all are barking at each other right now is reminding me of a little Drake and Draymond.
I think it's just a product.
So that actually is, what I want to bring that to right now. Drake and Draymond. What are y'all thoughts right now? So I know you want to talk about it, okay? I know you like talking about your light skins.
I'm talking about a dark skin. Draymond.
What? You're talking about Clay being better.
But Draymond
light skin.
Dark skin too. It's not like for me to prove my point. This is like two guys we were talking about. One's dark skin, one's light skin. So,
what are your thoughts about the trash talk after the game?
Didn't you just say Clay's
better? Didn't he just say that Clay's better?
He thinks that because he's light skinned. Like, I'm not. That's what he's saying. That's what he's insinuating now.
Now I know what you meant.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it was a little.
Now I know what it is.
Godly.
I mean, it was a relatable joke.
It's retarded.
You literally just made it sound like you thought I said Clay's better. I was like, wait, what? You just
did.
Dog.
I was like,
I just want you to
receipts are gross right now. What did I just spend my time?
I was gonna say that's a very fresh receipt, but I
got you. I know.
But what are y'all thoughts about the trash talk that happened after that game? Like, because there's a lot. Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of people that are, in my opinion, making a huge deal out of it, making a huge deal, calling it a scuffle. They didn't even touch each other.
Dude, let's not pretend. I know how many of you idiots are crazy. If you have the same spot, you're doing the same exact thing. Yeah. Think about it. If you're Drake, you hang out with these dudes. They listen to your music. You party with them all the time. Like they listen to your music. They idolize you too. Like it's back and forth. Like they're close friends. Like we see all the time when we play with our friends. We'll talk smack to that point, and then we're like, all right. At that point, we're like, but we're friends. We know, all right, it's cool.
I mean, to avoid the whole topic, you guys know they went out to dinner afterwards.
Yeah, I do.
He walked around with an OVO hoodie. Like, he's doing it on purpose. Like that's why he said, like, I'm not worried about it.
You guys need to, and if you took offense to, any of that stuff, or like not offense, but if you thought any of that was serious, I think you guys need to know more of the background that Drake is close to like a lot of these guys.
Like literally all of them. Yeah. Like all the top guys want to hang out with Drake and vice versa.
He has tattoos of these guys on him.
That's the LeBron one kind of blew my mind when you sent that.
I
didn't know that was.
I didn't know. Until somebody noticed when because he was covering the Steph Curry and that, and then right under, all you could see is it's the same area. He's like, oh well. And
you think Boogie's tattooed? DeMarcus Cousins is tatted on his back?
No. I'd hope not.
No. One thing I wanted to say,
Kentucky
isn't
boy?
it weird? Doesn't he have some shitty tattoo? Because that shit was hella light. Did you see the picture
of LeBron?
It looks like it's like hella like light.
On that same arm, he has a portrait of Lil Wayne.
That Wayne tattoo's hard though.
Yeah.
Not like saying like it's a weird thing. Like the physical picture of it is really good.
It's good.
Well,
good
personally,
tattoo.
I thought about it. I don't think the LeBron one's weird because remember his big song when he got big, it was that Sprite commercial.
Yeah, so it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand, right?
So in a way, it's the Steph Curry and Kevin Durant.
Well, I just think like there's too many players on you at this point. That's what I'm trying to think. Yeah, like
because it's not like you're a fan. Like it's different from a fan. Like okay, you appreciate. Like dude, you're their friends.
Dude, honestly,
your friends tattooed.
Honestly, all I'm gonna say is this: at least he didn't get like DeMar DeRozan tattooed on him.
Yeah. Well, that I mean,
it could be worse, right? It could be worse. Okay,
definitely. But call Larry.
Hold on. You can't be a fan of your friend though.
No, I'm saying
no. I just think
to like that degree, it's just kind of like,
bro, you're my friend. Are you really gonna get a tattoo of me?
I mean, no.
Maybe I might.
Hey, come on,
I don't know.
No. Get the guys on my back.
That's fresh. That's fresh.
Get y'all on my back. You know what I'm saying?
Angelo with the camera. No, listen. I don't think that it's that. It's about like getting your friends tattooed.
Yeah.
These aren't like they didn't come up from the mud like with us, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't know each other before fame.
Right.
Right. So. To the degree that when I first seen the Steph Curry and KD tattoo, first of all, my first thought is you're a diehard fan, quote unquote, and I do not question his fanhood. But as a diehard fan for myself, you would never catch me. Like, a Jordan tattoo's fine. Kobe tattoo's fine. Picture. So, that's for your respective team and who you like, I think. But on the edge of what he just said about the LeBron thing, that fits to me because it does go hand in hand. Now, just having every other star on your, Zion's going to be there next week.
Quick question about that tattoo real quick. This dude I knew from my brother when he played soccer a while back, he was a Laker fan, but on his calf he had a Jordan tattoo. How would you grade that? Because I feel like Jordan, there's like just certain players that you got to grade different. Like Jordan's like one
that's universal.
It's like he's universally loved and all that.
Yeah. Now, let alone just on Drake's body, I don't know how many Kevin Durant and Steph Curry tattoos I've seen in my entire life.
Well, if you follow Steve Butcher, follow him.
They're
starting to get Steph Curry, but I still don't see KD's.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not to say that they shouldn't
be anyone trying to get a KD tattoo.
But and also the other thing,
make it a snake.
Also, but Steph Curry is like growing. It grew up with the Warriors. So if you've been an actual Warrior fan, it's like cool.
And I mean that makes sense. But I mean, I think add to your question, as weird as you could think of that, is it just a Jumpman tattoo?
No, it's like an actual portrait of him dunking on his back of his calf.
It's quite nice.
I wonder how he felt. I wonder how he felt about Mike, and then I wouldn't want to.
No, because he told me, guys, I saw his calf, and I'm like, oh, he's a Bulls fan, and then he told me, he's like, nah, I'm a Laker fan too, because he saw that I was a Laker fan.
Wait, did he say? Hold on, because that's where we get weird. Did he say I'm a Laker fan too?
No, because he saw. No, I'm talking about. He saw me as a Laker fan, and he was like, no, I'm a Laker fan, as in like.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Me and you are Laker fans, but he's like, but Michael Jordan's my favorite player, and that's why he got a tattoo of him.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be biased. What are we doing?
Because there's people that have.
I don't got a problem.
Separate different teams, and then but AI is a favorite player. Like AI is like the common player where he's your favorite player, but you have a favorite team.
Right.
Facts.
Right, because of how iconic these players are that we're mentioning right now.
Would you say there's like certain players that you're like, okay, like he's such an iconic figure that?
So like for me personally, like I couldn't see myself tattooing another player.
No, I couldn't either.
I guess.
But it had to be on my team.
Yeah, but if I don't know, because like the weird demographic today is that you can be a player fan. How many LeBron fans are there that just joined LA? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and I know a lot of Laker Nation was like, the hell out of here, because it's like, you know what I mean? You guys just follow LeBron. And honestly, I don't like it. I don't care what y'all say. I don't like player fans. Player fans are trash to me. I get the one exception to Nick. That's about it on me. But other than that, like, I don't really like player fans. I never really have.
I get it.
Yeah. It's just me.
Also,
we say you can't do it.
LeBron's technically like the Jordan of his era. So like he's the one player good enough to have fans. I guess the next player we could kind of say is technically Zion, because he has the same hype. So he might develop into something like he has Zion fans that follow him too.
And then
it's a small number of players that have that kind of fan base.
And to ride myself off that a little bit, and this is to just credit the whole point that you even had to move. And why did you have to move? Because LeBron is jumping around a little bit between the three teams. You know what I mean? Like Mike stuck pretty long, and then obviously what happened, right?
He only left because he went to go work for the team, and then was like, you know what?
Still ready.
I'll play.
So I mean, so for that, let alone like Kobe was a lifer. Yeah. Tim Duncan's a guy's a lifer, but you know what I mean. Like you only have to see that with LeBron because of social media and the fact that he switched teams 3 times.
Yeah. Right. And Steph Curry
four times going back. If you,
Steph Curry most likely gonna be a lifer too.
Yeah, I think if he's not, I don't know what the heck happened.
He's easily the best Warrior player ever. Mm-hmm. So like, he'll be a lifer.
Yeah. Close. Probably like you could put 2 Warriors legends together and still equal that.
You could have all these Warriors fans that have never heard of a single player before Steph.
Adonis Foyle.
Who would you rank? How would you rank him?
What's that?
In terms of play, because even though KD's better than Draymond and Clay, Draymond and Clay have I was drafted by this team.
Facts.
So you grew up with him. So would you rank him as better Warrior players than?
No,
KD? No, not saying who's like the actual better. But I'm talking about like. That kind of goes hand in hand. That you're.
So you're ranking like all-time Warriors. All-time Warriors.
That matters a lot. Like
all-time Warriors.
Yeah, that's why I say Kobe's like.
So I think what happens after.
I think his 20 years matter a lot.
I think what happens after this summer.
You know what
I mean? Yeah, but I do think that they don't have the dynasty without Kevin Durant, like we've discussed. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not a thing. You guys don't continue to get to play all those opportunities because I'm a real firm believer in a lot of injuries happen. we've been discussing the Cavs throughout, like, just the stints with LeBron.
Right.
What happened, and they took advantage of it. But if we're talking about all-time guys, I have to take KD at 2. Only reason why, because they don't have the opportunity without Kevin Durant.
See,
I think.
Yeah, because
they'll make it.
Because I remember people were saying LeBron's the best Laker ever. Because technically, that's who the people think he's the best. Like, as in, like, that's their best.
That's a whole
ever.
different conversation. That doesn't make sense.
I've always argued, like, dog, being the best Laker is different from being the best player ever. Like, that's
I could name
two separate different
how
things.
many Lakers can you name better than LeBron, especially with the season? I mean, let alone that he was injured, right? He 27, 8, and 8 is his only stats for the Lakers.
Because technically, even though Jerry West lost a shit ton, he's still a better Laker. And
Jerry
LeBron
West,
wins.
Shaq, Kobe, Kareem, Magic.
Right there. That's probably where you'll stop. And then we got to wait to a LeBron.
You got like Elgin Baylor, and then you can go on and on and
but
on.
That's like
Elgin Baylor
prehistoric.
Elgin Baylor didn't win, though.
Yeah, but
so
very. Hey, if LeBron doesn't win,
I know, but we got 3 more years.
Yeah.
LeBron's
I know.
Probably
Just
gonna
saying.
put up like 27.
I hope he does for the record, but nonetheless, just saying.
No, that's a good. Yeah, I mean, no, that's just not thing. That's not a thing.
Because I knew it was Bron stance just being ignorant, kind of like talk shit. But I was like, at the same time, I was wanting to say that it's a difference between best specific team player and best overall.
Now,
player.
what's not ignorance is calling. I think what's not ignorance is to jump ahead and call. And we've kind of discussed this. Is Kawhi Leonard's the greatest rapper of all time?
No, that is, no. I'm saying that is not like
it's not the same.
100% fact.
Okay, yeah,
easy.
Yeah, because he got them to new
DeMar
heights. He
DeRozan
brought them to new heights.
Dude, DeMar DeRozan was
1 year.
easily the best rapper ever, and he already accomplished more in 1 year.
Erased it.
Right.
He erased him pretty much.
All right, and now speaking of Kawhi, I got one final question for you. So, Kawhi recently said, actually, I believe it was today. He said that it's a lot more fun when you have the offense running through you. You get the plays called through you. You get to throw up 20 shots a game. You get the ball's in your hand majority of the time and whatnot. So this is something that he hasn't really been able to do in previous years while playing with the Spurs. Obviously playing in their system,
at least
and
to
whatnot.
the end, at the very end, he was starting.
Yeah,
he was starting to.
Everything that he was taking though, like his shots were within the system. He wasn't really creating his own.
Still,
You know what I mean? So it still kind of takes a little bit of fun away in that aspect for players that want that type of freedom. And he's always apparently been that type of player that wanted that type of freedom. Obviously, he's never voiced it until today.
Right.
But do y'all think that it's a slight at the Spurs?
I would say no. Like, I mean, he definitely doesn't like the Spurs, but I wouldn't say so because Pop spent so many years once he started realizing how good he was that he wanted him to be this. He was like, "Please listen to me, start shooting more. I want you to get you the ball more and this and that." So I wouldn't think it's a slight in that sense.
Oh no, it's not. Like you talking about this is a jab at the Spurs?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my question.
No. So with.
Also, I don't think he knows how to take a jab.
Thank you. That was
I don't
literally
think he
you scumbag. You took
right.
the words out of my mouth. Because to me personally, I think he's one of, and let me say, he's probably one of the most wholesome NBA stars you'll ever see in your life, for one. So for him to take a jab at somebody would take a lot of work, which I just could not see happening.
Dude, he is the definition of I just want to hoop.
He's the most muted superstar I've ever seen. It's not even close.
Muted?
It's not even close.
Because you literally have no idea.
No emotion.
And it's not because he's like tuning you out like how other stars do. It's because he's literally like, dude,
so that's him.
That's just him.
That's him.
Right.
And let alone like
he's
he's
respectful.
Our RIP is Pops and stuff like that. But ever since stuff like that goes down, I don't know how I would react either. So for them to say that he changed.
I'm also sure he kind of had like he was kind of shy growing up, and then something traumatic like that, it's only gonna enhance it.
Right. But it's so. I'm telling you right now, when I watch him play, like I'm like, how is he doing this? Because like if I slam on somebody, dog, I'm flexing in you.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
I'm
showing that emotion.
And he'll literally be like this. He'll be like,
bro, you
just,
you have like no second nature. You hit a jump shot, you cross somebody, you're like you're doing something. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And he just starts jogging back like, all right.
Man, I'm running to the other side with my chest out all the way.
I just
I'm yelling. He can't guard me down.
Not a
down
slight,
fact.
Not a slight, but he also, the rumor with him, the short term rumor, so it looks like that there's a growing belief that he'll give him a chance.
He'll get one more year.
I agree.
Yes. Oh,
is that win, draw, or loss, right? We agree with that too. Yeah.
It's a 1+1.
Got you.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I was okay.
Yeah, he don't gotta lock himself.
Because I was thinking too. Didn't think it would be a 1-1.
I like the 1+1. Yeah.
All right, now, any last words?
Well, I want to hit that Doc Rivers real quick.
Go ahead.
Say that he deserved every single cent he got fined.
Say it to the camera.
He deserves to get fined more. You guys have been stalking Kawhi the entire season. If people really spoke how bad you're stalking him, if the Lakers did it, you guys will have World War III.
That's true.
They spend the entire. They pretty much have Lawrence Frank living in Toronto and be there in every single game.
Yeah, weren't they at something early in the season?
They're behind the scenes, and Kawhi literally at some point was walking. He kept noticing Lawrence Frank. He eventually had to ask somebody, "Hey, who is that?" They tell him. He responded. They're like, "It's Lawrence Frank, the GM for the Clippers." He's like, "Oh, that's him." He had zero idea who he is. And you send your
GM
that's
tampering alone, that you can be around a player that much. And you're stalking him.
Dude, Magic. Right? That's the thing. Like
so
Magic.
What did Doc say? Because I guess I don't got the whole.
No, this is when he called him the
closest thing to Jordan.
Closest thing to Jordan.
That's tampering.
That was the tampering. Yeah. To call somebody that good. Yeah, that's
here's the thing.
Well, it's a tampering.
Magic's wasn't tampering.
It's tampering because it's a compliment. No, I'm just saying within league rules.
We're keeping the same
energy. We understand that we have our own understanding.
Energy.
Yeah, but you got to keep the same energy for the fact that Magic's wasn't tampering in this season.
And they still find him, so sorry.
I'm just saying, though, you got to realistically say, as long as
this is what we all argued, and people were like, sorry, bro, it's Magic Johnson, you're still
No, I definitely, well, at least, me as a realist say.
He literally said, Giannis is going to bring one to Milwaukee.
Well, I think for that alone, I think they just have to keep consistency now. I don't think it was tampering then, and I don't think it is now. But I think that they did it there. They have to do it now.
As you see what Adam Silver said. Adam Silver said, like,
but with that,
Doc's been there league long enough to know. You say I can't answer that question.
Right, and you're right. You're right about that. You're right about that.
You get hold to that. Sorry, that's.
And then to go off what you're saying, the only reason why I would kind of call this tampering now is because the fact that you said the GM is stalking.
Also, the Raptors, it finally came out. Raptors made multiple complaints, like, "Hey, they're here too long. Like, this is not scouting. This is like legit them trying to tamper with Kawhi."
Well, I mean, that's in the first place. What are you scouting?
Obvious. Bro,
current under contract NBA player. What are you scouting? That this happens? I'm confused.
No, this is like
honestly.
because the scouts,
top 2 player in the league. I don't know.
Other like front office execs, technically, like I've seen it before. Like they'll go to a game to like check out a player, like check out players.
It's like every game.
Because like I said before the trade deadline, they're checking out maybe guys that trade targets on certain teams. The other ones is like kind of like get more scouting on the players for future reference and like that. So technically, execs do this a lot because they also have to have scout free agents.
Right.
But that they used it so much, but he was pretty much living in Toronto.
Yeah, that's not.
And the league, Adam Silver came and said like we had multiple complaints from them. So
do you think if this goes hand in hand, or if you keep that away, that if he says this, that Silver's still gonna hang? He's still getting it. So that blows. No, you're right about that. The one thing that I can say you're most right about that whole thing is Doc's been in the business long enough to know.
They literally
too long.
Yeah. Steve Ballmer literally tried to get the Kawhi logo back from Nike. He literally tried to make an attempt to purchase it. So
they're that deep?
So to be
where have I been? I heard about them coming to the game for all the pitch stuff.
That's part of the pitch. Like they wanted to bring back the hand for him. Like we can get it back for you, and you can start using it for New Balance.
Dude, it's not that serious.
Here's the thing, Kawhi. Here's the thing, Kawhi doesn't like that logo because it makes him self-conscious because of his hands. He doesn't like people talking about his hands.
But no, I just feel like it's not that serious for Kawhi Leonard. Like I feel like you start to begin to not know who Kawhi Leonard is.
That just proves how weird the Clippers are being. Like, and then just know I'm gonna be on this podcast talking cash shit if they don't get Kawhi.
Oh, I'll be ready for that.
I don't think
it's gonna be an hour of me making fun of the Clippers one by one.
I'm gonna be all ready for that.
I don't think they're getting him.
That's why
I don't think they're getting him.
With the way they're acting and they don't get him, it's gonna be hilarious.
Like I feel, and to cut this short, if you know a guy like Kawhi, you should probably play your thing smooth.
Yeah, what are you scouting on Kawhi, bro? You know what he wants.
It's not LeBron. Yeah. It's not LeBron or it's not KD. They're
simplicity,
not thrill, Carmelo, those type of guys.
Dude, he passed up to Supermax because that's how much he doesn't care about money.
He's
gonna go where he wants to go.
He just wants to hoop.
Picks didn't
and
change,
have fun,
right? We're all still strong.
Tell them your picks because they don't know.
Warriors.
It sucks after already at game 1, but
you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. Warriors in 5.
I'm
no.
I'll
sticking with it. Damn.
I'll still
shot me down.
I'll still stick with mine. I'll stick with mine. Warriors in 7.
Yeah. Okay.
His looks a lot better right now.
Yeah. I like. You know what?
I like Juan's a
Why
little
can't
bit
we
more.
be Juan sometimes? You know what I mean? Whenever we choose things.
Mine's is Warriors in 6.
All right,
dude.
5,
Honestly,
6, 7.
You know what? The want for me,
I want to switch to the Raptors, but
I don't care. I'm just gonna do it, even if it looks stupid. Raptors in 6.
Shut the.
I have to.
I'm only mad. I'm only a little salty that he's saying that because we got that guy Angelo in the back.
It's for my boy.
Smirking.
That's for my boy Angelo.
Smirking because he's been saying it.
He's
I think
spoken
honestly.
into existence.
So don't forget, a couple episodes back, I persuaded Trey to change his opinion on something, and now look, he's letting Angelo do it. So,
dude, hold on. No, I didn't let Angelo do it.
Stick with your guns.
All right, Warriors in 6.
Hold on.
There we go. Warriors in 6.
Okay.
Warriors in 6.
And I want to advise
I
want to advise all you people, if you need to, go to my Twitter. Go listen to Stephen A. sing Single Ladies. The best things you'll ever see.
What?
This man,
funny.
This man deserves to get paid $15 million a year. I don't care.
Supermax, easy.
Easy Supermax. Give John Wall's contract to Stephen A. Smith.
That's it.
All right, on that one. Hey, if you guys liked what you've seen and heard, make sure you hit that subscribe button and check us out for episode 140 next week.
Gang.